Most people building a marketplace pick their software the same way they would pick a project management tool. They look at the price, they look at the feature checklist, and then they basically pick the one that they think is the best deal for them. But a lot of people end up picking the wrong one. They either overbuy or underbuy. And then they end up having to migrate platforms at the worst possible moment, which is while they have sellers and real money flowing through the platform. And the reason why this keeps on happening is that nobody really realizes that the marketplace software isn't just one market. So it's 3 separate tiers, and each of them exists for a structural reason. So by the end of this video, you will know which tier that you belong in and why the other ones are not for you, even though they might be trying to sell it to you. Good. So the 3 tiers are basically enterprise, mid-market, and then self-serve / no-code, and this is where Prometora is. So the commitment basically increases upwards. So it's all about time to launch, who installs the marketplace software, and the sales cycle lengths. So let's start by looking at the enterprise tier. So the biggest one here is a French company called Mirakl, and they're doing around 220 million annually in revenue. So this is all about 6-figure contracts. You have a dedicated partner that you can probably call whenever you want to, and they will then help you out with everything you need on your marketplace. So the buyers here are basically large retailers. One of their customers is Tesco from Australia, internal teams, and it can take quarters, maybe even half a year to basically go live here. Then you have the mid-market tier. So the biggest one here is actually an Australian company called Marketplacer. So they're private, they raised around 85 million, and they then do an implementation fee and then a monthly percentage of transactions. So the buyers here are established brands, retailers. So here you probably have to pay at least 10,000 a month, and you're then live in probably a month or maybe a quarter. And then in the bottom here you have the self-serve no-code platforms like Prometora and Sharetribe, where you pay from around $100 up to $1,500 a month, so on a subscription basis, and then you also pay a percentage of your GMV. So the buyers here are typically non-technical founders, bootstrapped founders, and you can then set everything up yourself so you can be live in days basically. And of course the interesting thing here is that these 3 tiers aren't just 3 different price points of the same products. No, each tier is structurally unable to serve the other tiers. Let me show you why that is. So let's start by looking at the top again, the enterprise Mirakl tier. So they can't come down because their whole setup is basically only working for bigger customers, because they have huge teams, huge support teams, huge sales teams, and all of these guys, of course, they need a salary, right? So their whole setup is basically meant for big customers. So that also means that a 10,000 a month customer for them will probably lose their money. And then in the bottom, we have the self-serve no-code tier with Prometora. So it's really difficult to go up to an enterprise level for such a platform, because a launch in days tool can't really go into like a big retailer that requires, like a lot of ERP, PIM integrations, maybe a security review, and so on. So that doesn't work. And then of course the interesting part about the mid-market tier where Marketplacer is that one is being squeezed all the time, both from top and also from the bottom actually, because Mirakl up here will always try and steal Marketplacer's best clients. And that actually happened with Tesco in October, where Tesco moved up to Mirakl. But they will also be squeezed from the bottom actually, because some of these buyers of the mid-market might actually choose to go down and do a self-serve tier instead. But overall, the further apart these tiers sit, the less they compete. So Prometora is not competing with Mirakl, for instance, because that's completely different buyers. Nobody cross-shops a $100 a month tool against a 6-figure contract. So let me just give you my recommendation on how to pick what tier you are in. Okay, so if you have existing GMV plus an internal team plus a 6-figure budget, then you should go straight to the enterprise tier, which is Mirakl or one of the competitors there. If you do not have that, then if you are an established brand and you have revenue and you can absorb an implementation cycle, then you should go straight to the mid-market tier. So that is Marketplacer or one of the competitors there. But if you do not have that, then you should go to the self-serve tier, which is Prometora or Sharetribe, and then you can be live fast, and then you can quickly validate demand basically. And by the way, it's important to mention that Prometora is not a platform that you outgrow. So you typically start on the starter or the pro plan, and then you go live, you prove demand, sales starts happening, you add revenue models, richer commerce experience. Maybe you add subscriptions as well. So there are so many features you can add on to your marketplace as you grow. So you start kind of lean, validate demand, and then you start turning on all these features. So that's the map, guys. I hope that this was interesting for you and that it helped you figuring out what tier you are in. So if you would like to test out Prometora, there's a free trial period, so you can just go ahead and test it out. And I really hope that you liked this video, and if you did, then please give it a like, maybe also subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you, bye bye.